Hello friends, welcome to the second video of the chapter Indigo written by Louis Fisher. In the first video, we discussed what the problem of indigo sharecropper was. And in order to solve the problem, a peasant named Rajkumar Shukla came to visit Gandhi. At that time, Gandhi was attending annual convention of Indian National Congress in Lucknow. Rajkumar Shukla simply came and he wanted to meet him, talk to him, tell him about the problems of indigo sharecroppers and come to their place to do something for them. But Gandhi was very busy. After that, Gandhi went to Kanpur. He had an appointment there. Then he went to Ahmedabad to his ashram. Wherever Gandhi went, Rajkumar Shukla accompanied him. And he always requested Gandhi only for a particular thing, and that was fix a date. Sir, please come to our place. We are in trouble. And when Gandhi saw the tenacity of that person, Rajkumar Shukla, he got highly impressed. And then he told him that he had to be in Kolkata after few months. Till then, he had got several appointments. After few months, he would be at Kolkata at a particular place. He asked Rajkumar Shukla to be there on that day at that time. After that, he did not have any appointment. And friends, you would be surprised that that uneducated, unlettered Rajkumar Shukla was waiting for Gandhi at that particular place, particular time in Kolkata. From there, both of them boarded the train to Patna. First of all, Rajkumar Shukla accompanied Gandhi, or I should say took Gandhi to the house of Dr. Rajendra Prasad. I think you all are aware about his name. Later on, he became the president of Indian National Congress and of course the president of India. At that time, he was a very prominent lawyer of Patna. Because lawyers are very well, you can say, versed or educated, informed about the different problems which the people in their area were facing. At that time, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was not at his house. His servants thought Gandhi to be another peasant because he had come with Rajkumar Shukla. They knew him because Rajkumar Shukla used to visit Rajendra Prasad quite often, requesting him to do something to solve the problems of poor sharecroppers, like that. And you would be surprised to know that the servants did not allow Gandhi to take water from their well, because they thought that Gandhi was an untouchable. A question comes, why was Gandhi not allowed to draw water from the well of Rajendra Prasad? The answer would be simply because the servants thought that he was an untouchable, as he had come there with Rajkumar Shukla. Since he did not get him there, so what they did, Gandhi decided to go to Muzaffarpur because he had got some acquaintances, or you can say some friends there. And one of them was Professor J.B. Kriplani, whom he had met sometimes before in Rabindranath Tagore's Shanti Niketan. Okay. Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore's Shanti Niketan. He sent a telegram to Professor J.B. Kriplani about his arrival Professor Kriplani, along with large number of students, welcomed him at the railway station, and there Gandhi stayed in the house of another professor, Professor Balkani. He was a professor in government college. It was also a very extraordinary thing in those days for a government professor to harbor or to provide shelter to a person who used to speak about home rule or who was a champion of home rule. Because if you are giving shelter to such a person, it simply means that you are going against to your authorities. So it was also a very unique and extraordinary thing in those days. By that time, the news of Gandhi's arrival had reached in the adjoining villages, and the people, large number of peasants had started gathering where Gandhi was. They also wanted to intimate Gandhi about their problems. The next thing that Gandhi did was he called the lawyers of Muzaffarpur because he knew that they could give him concrete facts related to the situation. What the problem of the sharecroppers was, what things favored them, what were the facts which could go against the Britishers, because he knew that whatever he had to do with the help of non-violence and on the basis of facts. There was no case of going, or you can say taking support of any violence, because he knew that it was going to be useless. Then the lawyers told him about the cases and how they represented them in the courts. And one more thing they intimated Gandhi about was the size of their fees. And when they told Gandhi the size, or you can say the amount of their fees, Gandhi became very angry, and he actually chided them, scolded them for charging big fees from the poor sharecroppers. And Gandhi thought that it was actually useless to go to the court where these poor sharecroppers were highly crushed, exploited. No one listened to them. All the authorities were against them. He thought that it was completely useless. After that, what Gandhi thought, he wanted to get more information. So he started visiting some of the officials related to some of the institutions. Regarding that, firstly, he visited the Secretary of British Landlords Association. Yes friends, the Secretary of British Landlords Association demanding some facts. And you know what the response of the Secretary was. He said that he would not give any information to any outsider. Yes, he said that he would not give any information to any outsider. But the Gandhi told him that he was not an outsider. The visit was useless, fruitless. Then the another visit made by Gandhi was to the British official commissioner of Tirhut division, in which that particular place Motihari fell. The commissioner started bullying him, intimidating him, and asked him to leave the place at once. But Gandhi was not there to leave the place. He had got something else in his mind. So what Gandhi did, he decided to remain there and continue his inquiry, taking some other steps. So what other steps Gandhi took, we are going to finalize in the third and final video. Have a nice time. Thank you.